After managing over $10 million in ad spend in the last few years for e-commerce businesses, I've figured out there's only one true formula to help optimize one's e-commerce ads past 8 figures. I've built a tool to which I want to share with you today, helping you leverage different ways to either decrease your break-even new customer ROAS or increase your current new customer ROAS in order to meet somewhere in the middle and find profits in the long run. As I've mentioned a few times in our PCAD community, there's only truly 2 things that you want to have figured out if you want to scale your ads as an e-commerce business, and that would be the first one being tracking. You want to make sure that you have purely accurate tracking, because if you don't, 10 to 30% margin of error is still very significant at scale. And the second thing is that you have really strong unit economics. You know for a fact to the T what these numbers are. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Justin and I'm the founder at Wizo Media, an e-commerce marketing agency helping elevate thriving brands by simplifying e-commerce growth. So let's get straight into it. This tool is actually a tool I share in the PCAD community. So if you want to get access to this exact tool, head over in the comments down below, join our free PCAD community, and you'll get access to this in one of the modules that we have on the phase 1 of our free paid advertising mini course that we have on there. So that said, I've just added a new section to it, which is where I want to focus your attention to today. So top section of the tool, which is actually broken down in the course, talks about your unit economics. How can you ensure that you know to the T what is your true break-even new customer ROAS? So if you're acquiring a customer, or I'm saying new customer ROAS, for that matter, it would be any just ROAS in general, right? Because it doesn't necessarily mean to be a new customer in that case. What if you were selling this product to one person, what would you need to do to break even on that singular purchase, okay? This is a tool that you can fill either per product, per collection, or taking into account like your average order value, average margin, average shipping cost, and so forth. But to have kind of truly exact numbers, I recommend that you do the same exercise per SKU or at least per collection that you have on your website. So with that said, I filled this top half with some of the information from one of our clients actually at the agency. So I entered their average product price, cost of goods, and then actually for them, their shipping fees, their pick and pack, and actually this I'm gonna get to in a second, but their pick and pack and shipping fees are counted into their cost of goods. So I just left those at 0 for here. And shipping and fulfillment is actually to be paid by the customer. So with that said, it's not something to be handled by the brand for such an order. If we went with AOV, the shipping would actually be inside of the order and the break-even ROAS would go up. But anyways, it's not the point right here. So what I want to do is in this tool, I just want to walk you through actually the 2 ways to decrease break-even new customer ROAS and 2 ways to increase new customer ROAS. And I'll break it down exactly what I mean by that and why this is something that you should focus on today. So with that said, once you go through these tools, it gives you your break-even ROAS. So you know that you need to hit, as an example in this case, 1.24x if you want to break even. So for you to break even on ad spend and taking into account all of your cost of goods, payment fees, etc., that brand would need to hit 1.24 ROAS per sale. Okay, so they're making $0 on that first sale, as an example. Now here you can also add a target for your CAC, and then it gives you basically a target for your ROAS. So whatever your target is, then you can get a certain blended ROAS target right there, which would be, as an example, in this case, 1.69 if this is our CAC target, okay? So that's besides the point. I wanna take this number right here and elaborate it a little further down there. So I've basically added now those 2 new sections to the tool, one called customer metrics, the second one called conversion rate and ad metrics. So into customer metrics, what I've added is AOV, and then basically stats for 3 or 4 different time gaps. So 3-month LTV, 3-month break-even new customer ROAS, and then same thing for 6, 9, and 12 months. And here's what I'm saying right here. You have 2 ways only to lower this number, right? Your break-even point, you only have 2 ways in order to make that lower. And it's gonna sound counterintuitive, but you can actually lower that number below 1. And you'll get where I'm going with this in a second. So the first way to lower this number is to lower or work your unit economics down. So as an example, if I'm able to negotiate with my suppliers that my cost of goods are no longer $3.50, they're $3. Then in that case, my break even goes down to 1.21. So all right, it actually basically decreased I decrease my unit economics, therefore my break even goes down. I could do the same thing with my transaction fees. If I can negotiate with ShopPay and whatever, get my 2.9% down to a 2.5, this number is going to go down. So you need to make sure that you can actually negotiate these fees to as close as possible to zero. Obviously never going to happen, but you need to negotiate these fees down. So that's the first way for you to decrease your break-even ROAS. Second way to decrease that is to increase your client lifetime value and or time horizon for profitability. So I'm going to give you an example right here. I took this client's example for what is their 3-month lifetime value, what is their 6-month lifetime value, what is their 9-month lifetime value of a customer, and what is their 12-month lifetime value. And I'm benchmarking that against the AOV that they have, meaning their average order value right now from ads for a new customer is roughly $78. So we acquire a new customer today. On average, their first order today is going to be of around $78. If I look back at that same customer in 3 months, on average, they're now going to be worth to me $90 because through email marketing, through upsells on the website, through SMS, through all of my retention strategies, I'm going to have upsold that customer on a separate product. And on average, I'm going to get a $12 increase in total lifetime value of that customer. So after 3 months, they're going to be worth $90. Now, let's say I want, again, this number 1.24 is if you want to break even on the first order of that customer. So if the customer comes to your store today, places a first ever purchase, you need to hit 1.24 to break even today. Your goal though might not be to break even today. You might actually want to increase, as it says right here, your time horizon for profitability. You might be comfortable with breaking even in 3 months. I'm gonna lose money today, but because I've set up my cash flow properly, and there's different ways to do so. So I'm gonna give you a quick way actually right here. So Parker e-commerce card as an example is a way to do so. This is a credit card that gives you up to 90-day net, well, basically net 90 terms on your credit card payment. Not only that, if you didn't know, Facebook has net 30 payment terms. So imagine this, you get net 30 payment terms on Facebook, and then you also get a credit card that has net 90 payment terms. So you find yourself with 4 months to pay back your ad spend because this is deferred by a month. And then once you pay that bill with a credit card, it's deferred by another 3 months. So at the end of the day, you have 120 days of cash flow right here. So you might not need to be profitable today. You might only be looking to be profitable in 3 to 4 months, which is where your cash flow is going to start. Basically, when you're going to have to pay back these cards or payments from Facebook. Keep in mind, I just want to do a bit of a disclaimer right here. Those net 30 payment terms, in our experience, for low spending brands or brands that first apply for it, you're not going to be able to pay that back with a credit card. It has to be linked with your bank account because you just have not kind of proven your quote unquote credit history with Facebook. So therefore, they're going to request that, yes, they're going to give you net 30 payment terms, but after 30 days, you're going to have to pay that back with a bank, so a bank account. So that kind of goes against the purpose of what I'm explaining in this video, but you want to eventually be able to pay that back with the credit card, which let's say you get Parker, it's going to help you get 4 months of cash flow. So I just elongated my time horizon for profitability right here. And already there, my break-even ROAS for me to acquire a customer today would be 1.1. Now keep in mind, very important lesson in this video. This is my break-even new customer ROAS. If I'm doing retargeting ads and getting my customer to purchase again within 3 months through a retargeting ad, it fucks up these numbers. These will increase because I paid for that customer again. This is assuming you don't have to pay for that customer again. You've paid for them once, and your retention through, again, email, SMS, and these other ways is the one nurturing that relationship. But if you keep on advertising and spending on those same customers over and over again, obviously this number is gonna go up too. So as you can see as an example right here, this jump in LTV is by 13%. So therefore my ROAS decreases by 13%. Now, same thing if I'm willing to wait until 6 months, then I have a 29% jump in LTV. My ROAS, this is where it goes down below 1. I can actually lose money on the front end, not only taking into account my cost of goods, but also taking into account my ad spend. I'm losing money now, but I'm gonna make that money back within 6 months. And here I have 9 months, and then 12 months, and then it keeps going down. So the longer your time horizon to start making money on those customers, the lower your break-even ROAS is gonna be. That's the first thing. The second thing is, if you're able to increase LTV in each of these instances, then this number also becomes even lower. So as an example, I make a few tweaks, right? My goal, and as an example right here, I've managed to upsell by $12 in 90 days all of my current customers. Could I possibly upsell them by $20? So an $8 extra. So what if now they're worth to me $98? Well, there you go. The increase now in LTV is 20% instead of 13%. So I've gained 7%. Therefore, I've lost 7% on my break-even point, which means that I only now need to hit 1.03 ROAS today if I want to profit in 3 months, because I've increased my LTV in 3 months. So kind of recapping this first way of decreasing your break-even ROAS, either you work your unit economics down, so you're able to negotiate better terms with your suppliers, better shipping costs, etc. Or you can increase your LTV. So you increase your LTV and or AOV, in fact, would also work. So increase AOV or increase LTV and increase time horizon. Those are the ways that you can actually work your break-even ROAS down. Now, this is about kind of saving costs, and it's very important, right? A lot of people sometimes talk about business. They're like, you should not focus on your downside. Stop trying to cut cost, focus on making more money. E-commerce is a numbers game. It really is. It's in these finite improvements, these 5% saving here and there, that makes a huge difference at scale. And it's very simple once you have your numbers. And I'm telling you, I've hopped on many calls with prospective partners or current partners, and I haven't had a single person so far know every single one of these numbers to the T. Nobody knows. Well, it depends, because like sometimes I'll change the supplier, so I don't really have my cost of goods. Okay, what's your shipping fee? I would have to check actually and probably ask my bookkeeper. I'm not really sure. It's like probably $3. Is it $3 or is it probably? It might be 2.8. It might be like 3.5. I'm not sure. It's like somewhere in there. Look, this is a huge difference. Like a 50-cent difference could mean a huge difference in your blended ROAS that you need to achieve. So make sure you know those to the T, and you'll be good, and it'll help you and your team scale further. So second way I want to talk about, a second part of this video, is going to be talking about increasing your new customer ROAS. And that one I feel is a little simpler to explain, because now right here, we've worked on decreasing the target, right? You needed certain target in order to become profitable. Now we're trying to make that target closer and closer to us. So we're decreasing the target. But now, how can we do the opposite? Instead of decreasing the target to get it closer to us, because we're achieving that right now, the target is here, we're decreasing the target. What I want to do now is keep the target here, but start increasing my current ROAS. I want to meet closer to my target. And you'll get it by the end of this video if I can decrease my target and at the same time start increasing my current results, then I'm meeting halfway in the middle. And that's where you want to go. So with that said, your 2 ways to increase new customer ROAS. The first one is honestly very obvious, and this is the one most people talk about. Most agencies or most people out there will only focus on this one: better ads, right? We'll test more audiences, we'll do new campaigns, we'll increase your ROAS because we have better creatives. That's right. This is a way of increasing ROAS. You just do better ads. That's as simple as that. Better ad creatives, right? Better ad creatives and metrics, as I say right here. Lower CPM, higher click-through rates, higher ads to conversion rates. That is your ad metrics / ad creatives that are responsible for that. So if you can increase that, so if you can increase your ad performance, you will increase your ROAS. That's a given, right? I think this is the one most people are already aware of. Now, the second one is increasing your website conversion rate. So as an example, let's say your current website is converting at 2.3%. And now I manage, and I just put right here an ideal website conversion rate. And I've upped it to 3.4% because I've done CRO, or maybe I built a landing page specifically for that product or collection. I made tweaks to it. I managed to get a very good jump on my break-even ROAS. So with that said, in this case, let's just say I was doing 1.24 ROAS right now, right? This was my conversion rate. This was my ROAS with my ads. I'm not changing at all my ad metrics. Same CPM, same click-through rates, same ad performance, not changing a thing, same ad creatives and everything. I've just changed my website conversion rate. So I'm sending the same amount of traffic to the website, but my website got better. So it's converting at a higher rate. Now, if I increase my conversion rate from 2.3 to 3.4%, I've increased it by roughly 32%. So what I'm going to do here is my 1.24 ROAS becomes a 1.56. My ads just got 32.35% better just because I've increased my conversion rate. And you can get it in this video right here. So we made this example, right? Let's just say now I've decided that my time horizon is in 3 months. I want to profit in 3 months from now. Great. Already there. I need to hit a 1.03 today to acquire a customer. Okay. So I want to hit a 1.03 and I was already hitting a 1.24. So now that's amazing. I'm already profitable in 3 months because right now I'm already achieving that. But not only that, I've increased my website conversion rate now by 30%. So my new customer, or my current ROAS, goes from 1.24 to 1.56. I still need to hit 1.03 technically to break even in 3 months. But now I'm at 1.56. Just because I've increased my website conversion rate. So the gap got better. As I was saying earlier, this is your target and this is where you're at right now. And then at some point, they get so close that they kind of pass each other. Your target becomes below your current results. And that's where you want to be. This is where you want to be. That gap right here between the two is where you profit. So this is what you want to happen inevitably at some point in the future. Would it be now, in 3 months, in 6 months, in 9 months, in 12 months? You want to be above target and actually have a gap in between these two. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is how you work with your ads and with your numbers at scale. This is what you need to do to truly master your e-commerce business. If you don't know these numbers, you can't effectively advertise. I got, again, so many people hopping on calls that are like, yeah, for us to break even, it's 2x. Like, where did you get that number? I just know that my accountant told me that last year we were profitable and we were getting around 2x on ads. So I just know that if we get 2x, we're gonna make money. Okay, they figured out now that somewhat around 2x, they're gonna start making money. It might be 1.7 though, or it might be 2.2. We don't really know. And it's super important. At scale, this is like this 30% difference. If you're spending $10,000 a month, worst case, you're gonna lose 3K. Or if you're spending 100K a month and you have a 30% difference, you're gonna lose 30 grand at this point. If you're spending $1 million a month, you're gonna lose 300K. And it just gets so much worse at scale. So figure this out when you're small so that once you get big, stuff won't break. With that being said, check out the description down below as mentioned earlier, join our free PCAD community where you can get access to this tool and work it through yourself. And if you're an e-commerce brand watching this video wanting to work with our agency for all of your paid advertising needs and creative production, also check out the description down below and book a call with us. So on that note, make sure you check out other videos on the channel for some more useful e-commerce marketing tips. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.